Seatbelts, everyone! Please let this be a normal field trip. With a friend? No way!
Cruising on down Main Street, you're relaxed and feeling good. Next thing that you know, you're seeing.
Okay class, today we're going to be talking about enzymes. Based on the graph and the overall slope of the line, what can you conclude about the effect of the pH on the reaction rate?
I know the answer. The higher the pH, the slower the reaction rate, and this occurs because the deneutralization of the enzyme begins to occur at a higher pH, and the enzyme is the most effective when it's pH 7. Wait, but Miss Frizzle, what happens to the turnip peroxidase during and after the reaction?
Well, good question, Jimmy. Well, the activation energy is lower due to the presence of the peroxidase, which results in a faster reaction time, and following the reaction, the energy is not consumed. It is still present after the reaction. Now, how would the data be different if you omitted parts of the reaction from the mix?
I believe that if the enzyme was left out, the reaction would be very slow, and it would take days to reach equilibrium, and it would be sped up through heating. If the substrate was left out, it would not expect a reaction to occur, as the enzyme would have nothing to catalyze. So this means that the solution would never turn brown, as no O2 can be made without H2O2 present. And if the indicator was left out, the reaction would take place at a similar rate, but it would be difficult to measure that rate of the reaction or even know it was taking place. Lastly, in this situation, the O2 may build up faster.
As you all know, peroxidase breaks down hydrogen peroxide, but do you know what other types of enzymes might be needed in an organism?
No, I don't.
Well, of course you don't, Holden. Jimmy. Other types of enzymes that are needed include carbohydrates, lipids, nucleic acids, and proteins. As well, other factors that may influence enzyme rate of reaction could be temperature, because the reaction increases as the temperature does, and also the initial concentration of the substrate. Now, Jimmy, you investigated peroxidase from a turnip. How might the activity of peroxidase from a mammal be different from that of a turnip?
I believe the activity of peroxidase with turnips might be different than in mammals because it may require a different pH or temperature to reach its full activation rate. The sequence of the proteins may be different and the peptides that form the new activity site may be conserved. Miss Frizzle, I had milk this morning and I think I'm lactose intolerant. Does that have anything to do with enzymes? Because my stomach really hurts.
Good question, Jimmy. Lactose is a sugar found in dairy products that causes diarrhea and gas in some people. Some premature babies are lactose intolerant. Others can drink gallons of milk each day with no problems. The babies that are lactose intolerant means that they have the inability to digest sugar called lactose that is found in milk and dairy products. Normally, when a person eats something containing lactose, an enzyme in the small intestine called lactase breaks it down into simpler sugar forms called glucose and galactose. These simple sugars are then easily absorbed into the bloodstream and turned into energy, fuel for our bodies. People with lactose intolerance do not produce enough of the lactase enzyme to break down lactose, which is why you are probably experiencing stomach aches. Instead, undigested lactose sits in the gut and gets broken down by bacteria, causing gas, bloating, stomach cramps, and diarrhea. Since lactase is the enzyme that helps break down lactose intolerant milk, you can take supplementals. The supplementals can prevent symptoms of lactose intolerance, which include cramping, diarrhea, and gas.
Wait, so does my stomach look like this?
Lactase deficiency, for the most part, begins after age 2 and develops slowly over time. Before the age of 2, children have a much higher level of lactase in their digestive tract. This is thought to help them better digest breast milk from their nursing mothers. After the age of 2, the body begins to process less lactase, presumably due to the decrease in milk consumption. As a person develops, the symptoms begin to reveal themselves in late adolescence and early adulthood. If you
Human testing, take your second right past Mars on the next